All right, so to preface this, this is a way different how do I put this? This is a way different thing than what we were supposed to do for this assignment. But my sister is actually getting married Saturday, and I am giving a speech for it. So I genuinely have a speech written that I'm going to use on Saturday. Today is Wednesday, and I'm going to give my real speech. I'm not going to have an audience today. I have talked to Professor Bryant. He gave me the okay because I want this to be somewhat of a surprise. So this is the genuine speech that I'm going to be giving at my sister's wedding on Saturday. All right, let's start. Before I begin, I want to thank Sydney and Daniel for letting me come up here and speak. That's a very risky move for them and for anyone in attendance. No one is safe. Also, I would like to quote a big inspiration to me, Michael Scott. Webster's dictionary defines wedding as the fusing of two metals with a hot torch. I'm just lucky enough to be hot enough to have kept you all together. However, on your big day, I think it's only best if I start by knocking my sister down a peg. My mom and I have this joke where everything Cindy does in her past affects my future. For example, if she got in trouble at a movie theater, the joke would be that I wouldn't be allowed to go to the movie theater anymore. I bring this up not only because I'm her little brother, but also to reflect on it. If everything Cindy has done in her life I will do, then that means that one day I will find someone who I know deep down inside really loves me. Daniel, you're not safe either. Just because it's sappy doesn't mean it's serious. Daniel, over the years I've known him, has had 3 phases. There was first day Daniel. This is the Daniel I had my first experience with. First day Daniel's the type of kid who reminds the teacher about the homework. I came in from a baseball game and I see this dude on the couch who I've never met. Immediately, I felt the need to assert dominance. I see that he has an Apple Watch, and I wanted to one-up him. So, what's cooler than his Apple Watch? My Fitbit. Now, it wasn't cooler by any means, but the dude who was sitting on the couch looked as though I had just shown him a rock. He was so nervous. His hands were shaky. He showed no interest in conversation at all. Then there was Amazing Race Daniel. For anyone who doesn't know what The Amazing Race is, it's a TV show that has like 30 seasons. As a group, Daniel, Cindy, Mom, and I had decided that if this guy was going to stick around for a while, we might as well start a show together. This is where Daniel and I got close, like literally close. It went from sitting on opposite sides of the couch to each other and making small talk, to me asking Cindy to move so I could sit next to her boyfriend. A story I promised my mom I wouldn't put in my speech was the moment I realized Daniel was warming up to us. Let's just say a door wasn't shut all the way and a sound that will forever haunt Cindy, Daniel, and I was released by my mother. As Cindy and I were literally on the floor laughing, Daniel then realized it was okay to laugh. This brings us to when I knew Daniel was the one for Sydney. It was the night before the color run, and we were piled up in the basement of my Aunt Tammy's house after just coming down from a long night of live PD. This was the first time alone that Daniel and I had ever shared together, and I wanted to pick his brain on a few serious matters. We were on opposite sides of the room, so I did what any rationally filled boy at 1 o'clock in the morning would do. I woke up Daniel and made him move my bed closer to his so we could talk. Daniel and I had a talk that night that I don't remember starting or ending, or really anything in between. But I do remember getting up that next morning and realizing my sister was with her future husband. Now I have to get soppy about Sydney. This is my sister. Growing up, I saw Sydney have many friends, just never at the same time. It was always when she got a new friend that another would disappear. That's when I started to call her Baskin Robbins, because she had 31 flavors and every month a new one was getting promoted. As much of a joke as that is, ask anyone who knows her well enough to name her best friend every year she was in school, and don't be shocked when you hear 12 different names. However, when she met Daniel, something changed about her. I refuse to go as far as to say that Daniel brought out the best in her, because I hate to give him that much credit, but I have not seen Sydney ever care about someone as much that wasn't blood related to her. I have a very vivid memory of teasing Sydney when her and Daniel first started dating, and the conversation went a little like this. I said something like, Sydney, do you love Daniel? Like, kind of picking on her. And she was like, no, shut up. And I was like, but do you love him? And doing what any good mom would do, mom chimes in with, you love him, don't you? Because my mom always likes to take my side, and I'm not complaining. So then you could tell Sydney was getting embarrassed, and she just stomps her foot and goes, yes, I love him, okay? Now, this is the first time that Sydney had ever said that. It caught me off guard because you always get told that when you're getting bullied, because I will say I bully my sister. She's 22 and I'm 16, so I don't know how bad it could get. I don't ever physically hurt her, just emotionally a lot as a younger brother. But I didn't know that if you played along it would actually work, but she really caught me off guard with that answer. This is the first time Sydney had ever openly told me she loved a dude who wasn't me, dad, or a grandpa. I knew this guy was no good, and now he was twisting her brain. Sydney, you're a great older sister. You've made many mistakes, and I would rather be a part of, like the Kardashians or something, because they have quite a lot of money. But I'm glad that since I didn't get Kim, Courtney, or Chloe, that I got you. Daniel, you're the older brother I wanted, but I'm so thankful that I didn't get, because I know how much more trauma it would have put me through having two older siblings. But I know Sydney is an easy person to love. Trust me, I've been through that. But I'm thankful that God put her in your life and that you knew how to deal with it, only sometimes, though. I joked with Sydney that I was going to put a poem into my speech, but that should just about wrap this up. Right after this poem. I've written many a poems in my day, and the hardest part is the start. But one thing I couldn't imagine is Sydney and Daniel apart. There have been smiles and laughter, a true gift from the soul. But now you're stuck with her, Daniel. Stuck till you both get old. A wedding is where two lovebirds connect until they become one. But I just get to give a speech and leave here with a man bun. Sydney and Daniel are perfect for each other, a true gift from above. And this day, all of us are gathered because of true love. This is a gift that not all will get, something real from the pair. But unlike the one who wedded you, at least I still have hair. As my dear Aunt Tammy counts down the minutes until you're on the family tree, the one trick you didn't learn from her husband is there still is time to flee. I now have a brother-in-law and things aren't looking south. Unfortunately for you, Daniel, she's got the heart of Jared but Linda's mouth. If you've made this list, it's out of love, please don't shed a tear. But when I look around this room, I can't help but see fear. To the bride and groom.